Okay, so we're going to look at the table. If we have a table, we want to use the idea that for a direct variation, it's always y, it's a constant slope, right? Direct variation is a constant slope. And then so you have y divided by x. So let's take, if I take 20, negative 20 divided by, 1, right? That's going to be negative 20. And then here I've got, it's supposed to be a 1. And then here I've got y is negative 5 divided by 4. Is that negative 20? No, that's like 1, right? If I take negative 5 divided by 4, I get 1. So it is not a direct variation, right? So let's see if it is, if it's an inverse variation, then x times y, right, equals my constant, right? So I'll take negative 20, 1 times negative 20, all right? And that's negative 20, right? And then here I'll take 4 times 5, and that is negative 20. And then here I'll take 5 times negative 4, and that's also negative 20. And then I've got to check them all. Negative 2 times 10 is negative 20. Okay, so my constant is negative 20 here, right? When every time I multiply x times y, I always get negative 20. So that would be y equals negative 20 for the constant divided by x. And that is your inverse, right? It's an inverse variation, and it looks like that. Okay? Well, let's look at what that graph looks like, because this was kind of hard to see what's going on, because the x's were getting bigger, and then all of a sudden we had this negative 2. And then here, the y's were getting bigger. All right, so it seems like maybe that should have been direct, but look, if we graph this, what do we get? Y equals negative 20 over x. So y equals negative 20 over x. And look at the graph there. So that is definitely not a line. If it looks like that, right, that's what an inverse variation looks like. Okay, where it's going like that. That's an inverse variation. Because notice at 0, we talked about excluded values. When x equals 0, it goes crazy. It's going to positive infinity and negative infinity at the same time. All right? And can you do that? No, that's impossible. At 0, it doesn't know if it's going up or down. And that's why 0 also is not equal 0. X cannot equal 0, right? That's my excluded value. So remember, we just talked about that. All right? Can't be 0. X can't be 0. All right? You cannot divide by 0. Or if I try to take negative 20 divided by 0, I'm going to get an error. Right? Okay, so that's the graph of your inverse variation. Looks like that. So you're going along fine, and then you hit 0, and then it just goes nuts. All right, so let's look at 17. This looks a little more normal, right? Or not. Let's see, because it was getting bigger, and then all of a sudden I'm at negative 25. These are getting bigger. Look, you know, these are getting bigger, but then all of a sudden we have the negatives. So we'll use our algebra. Okay, remember, if it's going to be a direct variation, you're going to divide y divided by x, and that's going to be your constant. It has to always be the same. So I'll take 1 divided by negative 5. So 1 divided by, 1/5, right? Y divided by 1/5. So it would be 1 divided by 1/5. So let's try this out. 1 divided by a fraction. So I'm going to do, oops, not that. Alpha, oops, okay, quit. So 1 divided by alpha y equals, enter. So 1 divided by 1/5 is 5. Alright, so that equals And then we have 10 divided by 2, right? 10 divided by 2, and that's 5. 35 divided by 7, and that's 5. Negative 25 divided by negative 5, and that's 5. So I do have it is a direct variation, all right? And I get y equals my constant, which is 5 times x, right? They're all in a line there. And then for 18, all right, I'll just go ahead and check it out. I'm going to go ahead and try my inverse variation, because again my numbers are kind of at the negative, so I'll check out inverse variation. That means I've got to have x times y equals my constant, right, for an inverse variation. So 2 times 18 is 36, 3 times 12 is 36, negative 4 times negative 9 is positive 36, and 1 times 36 is 36. So every time I multiply my x times my y, I got 36, so that's my constant. So my equation would be y equals my constant divided by x, right? If it's an inverse, right, inverse variation, you have y on the top and x in the denominator, okay? Can x equal 0? No, and that's why your graph looks like that, okay? Whereas this one, the graph is a nice line. For a direct variation, you have a nice line with a constant slope. And that's all, folks.